Hello, welcome back. Let us look at CorelDraw objects. This is now part 1 of the discussion of our notes. We are going to see how we can work with objects, how fast we can select these objects. So if you have some objects in your work area, you are going to use the pick tool. So CorelDraw, you must select an object before you can apply any changes to the objects. Your selection tells the program that you want to affect or apply changes to objects. So the pick tool is the one we are going to use to do the selection. So if you want to select a single object, you just click once on that object using the pick tool. If you want to select several of them, you can mark you select them. Just click outside the work area. For example, if you want to select one object, just click on it like that. If you want to select several of them still using the pick tool, click and drag to highlight all of the objects, and they are all selected. If I was to move them, they would move as one object because they are all selected together. Now the shift key can also be used to do the selection. You just click one object at a time until you click all the objects that you want to select. They are going to select while you use shift key. The shaping tool area, we had seen how we can use it. If you drag the corners of the object, they are going to shape if you are using the shaping tool. The same case, we see how you can select object. If you click at the text tool, assuming you have some text and press, say for example you have some text here, let's not work with the text right now. Looks my text tool is not working. My text tool, I'm sorry, it looks like it's not working. So but if you have some text in your work area like this, and you happen to use the pick tool to click at the text, the whole text block will select. But if you use the other tool, the shaping tool, you can be able to click at one text item, like one text letter, and move it around. Yeah, and you can arrange your work. For example, assuming you have some work like this one, these two here, and let's say maybe this is the framing that I want to have. And now I select everything. This alignment, we are going to do it from arrange, align and distribute, and this dialog box we are going to find it. So we go there, arrange, align and distribute, and then align and distribute. So this is the dialog box that we are seeing here. So you can select to align your object from the top like that, or let's say you would like to select and apply them bottom like that, you can say, or you would like to align them to the center like that, you can see. So though the framing looks like it is also moving like that, so you can select even to distribute to to align to left, right, center like that, and you can see how that is going to work out. You can do the same with the distribute. So if you are to come and click distribute, you can be able to distribute just like the alignment and try to see whether the difference might be. So this is where you are. Okay, so under distribute, you can be able to distribute to the top. Let's see how it works. You can be able to distribute to the bottom. Distribute to the bottom. Let's see, distribute. Anyhow, try all of this and we see how that works. You can do the extent of the page also. That was about aligning and distributing. Now distributing objects, I think oh yeah, that's where we are. So we have seen all of this, even to the extent of the page. So I think that is okay. Grouping, you can be able to select objects and group them. Let's see if this is not there. If you want to select all the objects and group them and make that one object, what we have is one object, not three. So you can group objects together by just going, if you needed to group, you can group from here. That is, if they were not grouped. For example, now they are not. I hope no, they are ungrouped. Can we ungroup all of them? So if you wanted to group them, instead of right-clicking and going to group, you can also go to arrange and group from there. It is still quite in order, and like we can see on the notes. Now the issue here, if the objects had different property like color, if you now change the property of the group, the entire of the tools of the objects are going to assume the same property. But if you wanted one to be in that group, only to change one of the items, then you hold the control and click that object. So this being a group, if I want to select only one item, control and select only one. Then if you want to alter the property of that object, it is quite okay. You can right-click the objects and ungroup them. You can create more than one group. For example, this is now one group. If I had another object, let's say something like this, and I wanted that to be part of the group also, you can also make that to be part of the group. So now we have one object and a group of objects. If I want to make that if I want to make the whole of them, so this is one object group, I select using shift. Now those are two different groups. If you group, now this is one group made from two different groups. If I ungroup, let's say ungroup, now this is Aaron, this is now one group again. Yeah, so you can have multiple groups together. And if you want to modify objects that are not in a group like this, and you want to modify all of them together, you have to select all of them. So all of them selected, you can change their property. You can change maybe let's say I may retain everything else the way it was, but now I change the pen size, so all of them have the same pen size but different property otherwise. If I want to change only two of them, I deselect one of them, and then whatever I'm going to change, the third one is not going to be affected. Resizing, for example, if I wanted to resize, let's say like this, only two of these are going to be resized and not the other one. So now that we have different property in this, for example, I can have even line property for one of the objects being different. Let's say the color of that is different like that. Now if I want to apply the same property to the other objects, I can copy the properties. What I will do is, I'm going to select that object, go to edit copy property. Do you see copy property somewhere? Copy property from, okay, I wanted to copy property from where? I wanted to copy property from here. And what property do I want to copy? From here, so that I can apply the right property here. So copy property, I want to copy the pen, and from where? From here. Oh, it didn't work. Let's repeat that again. Copy property from, and this the pen color, not just the pen alone, the pen color, from this one. It should now work. Wow, what has happened? Yeah, can you see the property? I'm going to copy to the next object. Now you can also copy using a different method. You can just right click. You don't have to go to edit and copy property from another object. You can simply drag and copy property. You can just make sure the copy is selected. We are going to copy both fill and outline, and how we do is you right click and drag the object to the other one. For example, I want to copy to this one, so right click and drag and place it here. So what will happen? I will be asked to copy property from. So I want to copy all property. See, all property has been transferred to the other one. So that is how to copy property. You can also copy property of text. I want you to try that, see whether it is going to work for us. And how do we use the guideline? Earlier we had used that. I showed you how to activate the snap to grids. For example, if we have the guidelines and the snap to guides and snap to grids are on, if I was to move the object next to a guideline, can you see it should be able to snap in because the snap to guide is on. The same case with even the horizontal guide, it should help you to align your object to a common guide, like this. If this object you want to place them to a common guide, they should very well snap into that guide, like you can see on the object there. Of course, you must have activated, or you must have checked the snap to guides. Of course, even the grid, you can also work with them the same way. The undo, we have seen how we can undo, of course, using even the undo docker, so we don't have to do that there again. I think that is okay for us. Changing the property order, the object order, aligning from one to another. For example, if these objects, let's see, this object, first of all, let me take them back to how they were before, like that. This object, you can see which one is below which. I want this one to come on top of these others, so bring in front to the very top, bring to the front, you can see, or I want this to be in the middle, so bring in front of order, bring in front of this one. So now you can see it has been brought to the middle. So other than using the layers like we did earlier, where you can be able to drag objects in specific layers where you want them to be, you can also like click and arrange them accordingly the way you want them to go, and you can see the results are going to be exactly the way you want them to be. moving object using the pick tool, we have done that. So I think that is okay. You can cut or copy objects from another place to place them wherever you want them to go. For example, I can copy this, or I can cut it. If I want to cut it, if I had another page, I could be able to take it to the second page, and which is quite okay. So we are okay with that. You can copy from the edit menu. So the edit menu, you can cut, copy and paste around, as well as from here you can cut, copy, paste in the same area, the starter toolbar. So it is okay. You can copy from outside and come and paste in CorelDraw. Try that, we'll see whether it is going to work. Now that was the first part of our notes, and the next class we are going to look at how we use fields in CorelDraw. So thank you and see you then.